So both of them will still be hoping to improve on that ranking at this event. That is, if you like, the first objective of any team, whatever the world ranking when they arrive at a championship, they'd like to improve it on the way up. And we've got referee Mark Thomas ready to start the game, indicating teams are lined up, everybody's ready, and we're away. The charge start, one player from each team. On this occasion, it's Soon for Singapore, pitted against Zotsas for Australia. Zotsas getting the better of it, and Australia enjoy the first possession. So, the slightly lower placed seeds, Australia, I'm sure they won't be considering that at this point. They're driving forwards, looking for it. That's a classic. That's a great start from them. Under 30 seconds before Milevska opens the scoring. So that couldn't have gone better. Coach Harmer will be very, very pleased with that. Start fast, start hard, and they've done that and scored the first goal. Perfect start for Australia. Singapore straight on the back foot. They'll be regrouping now. They will have had a game plan for if they go behind. Almost certainly just stick to our plan, and if we have to win the game in 19 minutes instead of 20, that's what we have to do. That's saved down quite comfortably by Barkley, but out for a corner. Under-21s teams obviously do ring the changes between championships, so seeding's probably a little less indicative than in the senior category, though things do often follow that plan. So Singapore should have the slight edge in that sense, but we will see. Good start from Australia, could be just what they need to turn the tide. And they're set up as a classic 3-1, well pressed out towards the 6-metre line. We've got Zotsas chasing out for them, just trying to disrupt any runs. Doing pretty well so far. If they oblige Singapore to shoot from outside the 6, I really think that Barkley in the goal or Milevska will both pick them out quite comfortably. Big part of the Australian game plan at all levels is to get close to the goal from that first one. You can see that this under-21 women's team coaching exactly the same way. Stood Australia in great stead over the years. And that's a good releasing ball. That gives Hon a chance. She's driving forward, but really wastes it there. Throwing up against the paddle of Milevska, who goes, thank you very much. Rolling up with the ball, big part of the Australian-New Zealand game. Oceania are absolutely famous for that. Their commitment to win the ball. If they have to get the hair wet to do it, not a problem. And again, Australian team just taking a little bit of heat out of the game. Their intensity's come down. That's a win, but that's a lovely positioning. That was superbly done. Milevska will be thinking she could have done a bit better there. She had all the time in the world, picked her spot, but now, can we get the second goal here? Yes, we can. Milevska there, passing it square across to Zotsas. Could have had a go herself, but unselfishly passed it across for a more guaranteed goal, and that gives the Australians a 2-0 lead. Just 3 minutes gone. They've got to be pleased with that. Singapore come back at them. Certainly not going to give up here. There's a long way to go, but have to dig this in. They don't want to let it get any further. Those of us who all played canoe polo, a 2-goal lead at this stage, nothing too much to worry about, but if it stretches much more, you're really chasing shadows. Now they drive forward through recycling to the point. This is good Australian defence. Really, the Singapore team not getting to look at anything here, shooting from out there, and this time that's Barkley in the goal for Australia, just popping it out to the side. Just from here you can see a close-up of her, quite confident. Looks very cool. 2-goal lead helps with the goalkeeper's coolness. I can speak from experience. If you're 2 down, it all gets a bit nervy, but 2 up, you can just relax a little bit. Now, how's this going to play out? Yeah, I think the referee felt that Soon had to play the obstruction card there to protect the ball, blocking an opponent from before they're inside 3 meters. But this is good pressure in turn from Ung. She really didn't have much to chase there, but she's done it, and she's got an awful lot of pressure going on with Barclay. And being joined now by Soon. So chasing pair here, Soon and Ung doing good work too, dealing with 4 Australian players between them, and being joined just about by Tan. So a chasing 4, chasing 3 certainly. Ambitious from Singapore, and it's paid off. Well, we like high risk, high reward polo here in the commentary booth. That was good play from Singapore, and actually a nice turnover from their point of view, generated by their effort, no doubt about it. Forced errors and then came piling out to make the most of them. So now they've got the ball back. Ho, the captain, having a quick word with the battle. As you can see her just bossing the orders. But can they get any inroads into this Australian defence? So far, I have to be honest, not really. Being held on the 6 metre. The ball moving about very nicely, but it's moving about very nicely 10 metres out from the goal. And frankly, that was more of a catch than a save from Deutsas. And away nicely. Barclay. Steele. Barclay is confidently moving the ball up the pitch. Australia, as the chasing Singaporeans come past them. That's a good save. Ho, captain and goalkeeper for Singapore. That's a lot of jobs, captain, goalkeeper, playmaker out on the pitch, but so far doing it okay. They've leaked 2 goals. They've let Australia get really too close through the defence, and Australia trying to repeat that, driving everything forwards, pushing everything back towards the keeper, so their shooters are shooting at the very most from the 6 metre line. That time it was Barclay again. Some good on the air on that. Yeah, it's paying dividends for Australia. Harmer up very close, using the angles and pulling the shots, and that really is paying. Nice shot of Harmer there, and behind Hewitt. Singapore 5 across the centre line, calling the system forward. Hon goes into the Australian defence. She's on her own there, won't get much change out of 3 Australians on her own. Hon attacking forwards, but again, as soon as they look at the 6 metre line, they're being closed down. Is this a mistake? No, well recovered. Ho, that's a decent shot from Ong, but a long way out. Paddle foul there. Harmer pushing forward, surely lays off the pass. Of course she does. Beautifully done. Milevska, the benefit of that, the Harmer reception, drew the defender, cut the pass across, absolute classic. Finisher has loads of time, loads of space. Milevska goes, thank you very much, I'll do what you need. Buff, goal. So 2 minutes remaining in this half. Australia established a position of dominance here early on. I'm sure they're hoping that they don't open a window here, and they've certainly shown no sign of it. They don't show any sign of letting up either. Very wise in a small group. And this is a group of 6 teams, but either way it's played on a league system. If you can rack up a little bit of goal difference, particularly with all due respect, unexpected goal difference to Singapore, higher ranked team. That's great work for the Australians. Singapore need to get a lid on this, stop this running away from them. Final minute of the half. Shot clock slightly ahead of the minute, but we can assume that Singapore can control this last period if they choose to do that. And they seem to be doing that, letting the shot clock drift down until they get to a position where a shot won't cost them if Australia retain possession. Yeah, some good scrapping, but the shot clock's going to work against them any second now. 10 seconds left. It's a shot, they're inside the 4. It's a reasonable chance. Reset to the game clock, so there's only 12 seconds remaining. Australia away. There is time for them to get this to the goal, but they can't afford to slip there. And that drop ball will probably mean that there won't be any further goals this half. That's in the air, but going nowhere. And that's half time. Australia leads Singapore in this under-21 women's match by 4-0. So Australia 4, Singapore 0. Confirmed with that good solid look at the scoreboard. Teams change ends. Few vital instructions for their coaches. I would have thought the Australian coaching team would be very happy with that performance, and as we look at them, we'll just take the opportunity to name check them. That's the Australian team we're looking at. Number 1, Milevska. Number 2, Hewitt. Number 3, Harmer. Number 4, Zoitsas. Number 5, Barkley. Number 6, Cochrane. And number 7, the captain, Steele. Looking pretty calm and relaxed, as well they might. Done a good job in the half. Started quick, scored a goal, and then just built on that from there. On the other side of the pitch, we can see the Singaporean team in the white buoyancy vests. If the producers scan to them, we will name check them as we can see them, otherwise I will just do it. There they are. They are number 1, Ung. Number 3, Wang. Number 4, Tan. Number 5, Soon. Number 8, Yu. Number 7, Lim. Number 8, Hon. Number 9, Ong. And number 10, the captain, Ho. All looking there, cool and calm. Coach giving them some instruction. Really at 4-0 down, it has to be 1 goal at a time. Get the 1. Let's get on the score sheet and take it from there. It doesn't matter how quickly, don't rush, don't panic. Get the 1. And we'll go. If we get it early enough, we're in the game. Let's get something out of this. I'd take heart if I was him from that period where they chased out and pressed. They turned over ball against an Australian side that's obviously and always well drilled. That's no mean feat. Took it off them and gained clear possession in centre field. If they can do that, then they've certainly got chances of scoring a goal. The referee's just calling the teams up. 47 seconds and we will be underway. Referee Thomas coming round, got the ball. Commanding presence he has. Teams lined up. And here we are, teams champing at the bit already. No need to wait, dally or give start infringements for these teams. They're ready to go. Referee Thomas places the ball along the centre line. Wang, nice and quick, gets there. First possession to Singapore. Steele doesn't pick up this time. That was a good run out from Wang. And the player they send forward, Hon. to do some work inside the Australian defence. Not having much luck there. She's pitted up against Cochrane, who seems quite comfortable just holding her where she is. That loose ball, that makes life unnecessarily difficult for Ho. Wang pushing forward but looking inside, but there's no pass there, so it goes back out along the back line. And again takes a punt there, Ho, but to no avail. It was touched on the way down, but that's an easy pick up and break for the Australian side, and they're away. Just leaning on the boat there as the impact came. So that's the referee's call. Oh, that's well done. That's Cochrane there. Quite a long way out, maybe on the 6 metre, maybe a bit more, but moving, and certainly got enough arm on her to score that. Well done, stretches it out. That'll be 5-0. Cochrane, the goal scorer, on your screen. As Singapore try and find something in this game for themselves. That's a big high shot, but it's off the top bar. If they're limited to those, the Australian defence will pat themselves on the back when they get off the pitch. If all Singapore can do is take long shots and hope. And at the moment, that appears to be it. Back under pressure, that's good work. Punted over the top. Barkley quite comfortable with that, I think. Giving a thumbs up to the crowd. Singapore moving the ball out. As soon as they come to the 6 metre area, they're being met by one or the other of this Australian line of defence. Very, very difficult for them to get pressure, but that's in. That was one of the first times they've had a shot through Tan there that was actually closer in than the 6 metre line. Couldn't make the angles work for her, came off the bar and out. Australia bringing the ball into play with Barkley there. Cochrane.
Number 4.
So it says Barkley. So across the back line, comfortably into the Singapore half. Under pressure, but riding it. Delivers a lovely pass. That's a shame there wasn't a finish there from Milewska, because that ball into her was premium. Had some time, didn't quite have the space, I think, to get that away perfectly, but lovely ball in, well seen and well delivered. And Singapore again. No player into the Australian defence yet. And finally it's Tan in to see what she can do, but really it just seems to me it's about keeping the Australians inside the 6 and then letting Ho take the long pop. I don't think that's troubling the Aussies too much. They seem to be on top of that tactic. Corner ball for Ong. Oh, that's too hard. Can't control it. Oh, it does in the end, second phase. A little bit of good fortune in that, and we'll all appreciate that when we're playing. Ong forward, looking for her pass. It's there. Soon gets the ball, triggers it straight away. Five minutes of this game remaining. Australia lead by 5. I think this game's done and dusted really as a contest, but a little bit of goal difference won't hurt either team. So if the chance comes, it will be taken, and it will be taken very well by Milewska there. Lost a paddle in the process, won't mind one bit, but that was well finished. Obviously the centre restart can be taken while she's still there, sorting herself out and then catching the play up. That's 6-0 now. Look at this, as soon as they come into range, they're under pressure. Defensive coach of this Australian team will be very pleased with that. Singapore have actually seen very little to call a chance here. And that has just been about a bit of work rate from the defenders. As soon as someone runs in, they get met and stopped. The one player that has been put inside at this moment, that's Hon, being dealt with quite comfortably by the line. And anyone that comes in running is being met by a moving kayak. Textbook stuff. Pleases the coach. Keep a clean sheet, he'll be hoping now. And then really will have a nice team talk. Pressure here, not sure where to put it. Dumps it to Ho. She spins it out as far as Soon, but really not much going on here. Ong, shot clock forced, shot. And now we have, oh, this is good to see. Fair play, a bit of pressure from Singapore. They're down but not out, that's for sure. Cochrane. Big, solid pass, really, up to Harmer. She takes a shot, but it's saved. Ho saves it, moves off her line, takes the pass back. Interchange routine, her and Ung. Clearing their lines nicely there, Singapore. 3 minutes gone, 6-goal lead. Certainly over as the contest now. Ho. Got to find themselves something here. Singapore, a goal would be nice, would make this game feel a lot better. Pressing to Ho as she's already under pressure from Harmer. And again, this is the closest thing to driving forward that Singapore have managed here. And that's just endless work from Harmer's paid for that, working in the centre field and then coming out to the wing when needed and gets the pick up. And now Barclay moves away with the ball. Obviously no urgency in the Australian attack. They've got the shot clock minute. They'd love to score another, and Cochrane gets the chance and takes it. Good paddle to it by Ho, but not enough to keep it out. And Cochrane gets the second. Pumping back. Almost 2 minutes to go, and it's 7-0, so can't see Australia settling for that. There's certainly time for at least one more. And who knows how handy that goal difference will come in later in the group. Oh, that's nicely done. That's probably the best attack that they've structured, Singapore. And the chance fell in the end to Hon. They'd come round the outside, strung together 3 or 4 good passes, and it created a nice opportunity for them. That really is about the first time in this game that they've managed to do that to the Australian defence. It's been so solid in keeping them out. Now, how is that going to fall? That's a loose ball at almost anybody's. It's picked up by Barclay. There's a call of one more. Where's that going? Oh, it did spin out. It got there. But the shot from Zoitsas going nowhere. Oh, that's a green card for 7. That's Lim. Only been on the pitch very briefly, and she's been sent off with a green. 2-minute power play that obviously we'll see out the game unless Australia score. Well, just when you think things couldn't get much worse for Singapore, they go down to 4. A minute on the clock and a minute on the shot. Well, what will be their attitude? Their attitude will be, let's keep shooting at them. Oh, that's a fine save. She's played all right in goal, Ho, but just not enough. Not enough, really. The Australians have been getting so close, you couldn't save everything. And really, the Australian defence has defined this game. Singapore just couldn't get any kind of toehold for their team in offence. Couldn't get close enough to the goal. Maybe one chance where they really crafted something. And that was really just about the hard work of the Aussies. Singapore just trying to hang on to the ball here, 17 seconds. If they can keep moving it along the back line, 12. Australia really need to be very quick or not bother, one or the other. They're going for it, but I don't think they'll get this ball away. There won't be a shot in time. 1, then we're out of time. So, final score, Australia 7, Singapore 0. Close game in the early stages, but in the end Australia just slowly put the gas down, kept the scoring ticking over, spread the goals around the team, which is always nice from a coach's point of view, and that's a good result for Australia. I think they played that game as well as they could have done. Singapore gracious in defeat, some good moments of goalkeeping, but really struggling to make any inroads into the Australian defence. And we will be back with the next game on this pitch, which is a Women's Group C game between the Italy women and the Spanish women. So Italy versus Spain in Women's Group C is the next game on this pitch. Scheduled at local time 16:35, which is 10 minutes time. So we will be back with you to bring that game in about 8 minutes, announce the teams. So please do join us then.